Okay, I am watching my dear sister, Dr. Kia Pruitt, and they watched the Trump rally and they're wondering what the water was that Trump was talking about. When he drinks water, he holds it with both hands and he drinks Fiji water. Who's hiding in Fuji? Google co founder Larry Page has been living off grid and hiding out in isolated Fijian island for most of the pandemic. Google co founder Larry Page, 48, has become reclusive over the past several years, avoiding being photographed except for a handful of times. He has taken his private jet to donate COVID-19 medical supplies to Fiji last month as a second wave of the pandemic hit the country. Page's donation was reported by Fijian Broadcasting Company News on July 19th, according to Insider. However, that story has since disappeared, and sources told Insider that health officials in Fiji asked for it to come down. The story had reported that Page flew from Hawaii to Fiji's Nadi International Airport to provide the country with medical supplies, including masks. Could that have something to do with the alarm that went off in Hawaii a few years back? Page has spent months in Fiji during the coronavirus pandemic, mostly on the island of Tavaru. He has also been spotted in a smaller island called Nabatu, which a sailor named Lorenzo Cipriani claimed Page bought in a blog post in August. Very interesting. Larry Page has reported been living off the grid for more than a year, hiding out in Fiji on isolated islands away from tourists as a pandemic swept the world. That's in stark contrast to Google's other co-founder, Sergey Brin. Oh, a Russian, huh? 47, who was spotted enjoying a lavish vacation on Lake Como in Italy with his wife and friends. Sounds like mobsters. As for Page, Fijian health officials even pressured a TV network to pull a story about him donating COVID-19 medical supplies to the country as the tech titan went out of his way to avoid the public. Page, 48, has become reclusive, avoiding being photographed except for a handful of times, even stepping down as CEO of Google's parent company, Alphabet Incorporated, 2019. That's one to look up. So he's been on this island for quite a while. They're just repeating the same thing. Oh, a source confirmed to dailymail.com that the article had been removed after health officials asked for the story to be taken down because they didn't want the donation highlighted. Oh, really? One of the Mama Usina Islands juts out of the ocean in this file photo. It has been rumored Page has bought at least one island in the country's Mamanuca Archipelago, Insider reported. There it is. There they are. Who owns the islands? Robert Maxwell owns the islands. Come on now. Come on now. According to Insider, the story had reported that Page flew from Hawaii to Fiji's Nadi International Airport to provide the country with medical supplies, including masks, gowns, and gloves. Interesting. So I would encourage you guys to, oh, look at this. Super yachts are welcomed with open arms, for which access procedures are easier. While for selling boats like ours, it is not easy. The government are promoting a campaign welcoming those who have a lot of money to spend and are awaiting the arrival of hundreds of luxury lots. You know what they're going to do right there, don't you? What does Epstein Island do? What did they do with Mother Teresa? Yep, and yep. They're still doing it to kids. This is unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. There he is. There's Page and his wife, Lucinda Southworth, who have 2 children and have been surfing on traditional electronic surfboards. Oh, you mean like Back to the Future? When they surfed on electronic surfboards? Or it was a skating board, but to me, that's the same thing. Oh, and there's his old yacht. And it's now moored in Fiji. Oh, really? There they are again. There's the island. What do they do on that island? Anyways, research.